Hey everyone, I wanted to talk a little bit today about which direction we're looking in, right? So for me, we could look at fear-based things, or we could look at faith-based things, or miracle. We could look at the miracle, or we could look at the wreck or the mess, right? And so when I was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, I was put to the test, right? So the first thing a lot of people do is they start Googling, right? I did my best to stay away from that because I knew that would not be a good thing, and I'd probably see things I did not want to see. And like, with being diagnosed with a stage 4, they say, oh, like there's no cure, you're terminal, like you're done, right? And you probably only have a little bit of time to live. And so based on whatever statistics they find or whatever, and again, if you look for all the planes that have crashed, you're going to find them. And so I decided that that was number one. I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to go on to Dr. Google. I did go to YouTube for some things, and even with that, I've had to be careful because there are people on there that are sharing, these tragic things that are happening. And not that that's not important. I think that is important. I just wasn't ready to look at it, didn't want to see that. And I wanted to look for the stories that give me hope and faith, and that a miracle could happen actually. And so one of the first books that I picked up that I would really want to talk about, and I've read so many more since then, but this was one of the first ones that I got that just helped me so much. And I have her book, and I'm excited to meet her someday. It's on my radar to go meet her. And so I did read this book, and it's called Dying to Be Me. And this is by Anita Moorjani. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to actually include her YouTube channel. She is amazing. Just what she experienced is absolutely amazing. She actually had a near-death experience. And it basically boils down to she had a terminal diagnosis and ended up in the hospital and was like pretty much dying in the hospital riddled with cancer. I'm going to actually read some part of this where what the doctor saw happen to her and what she was healed of. And so the book is amazing. I highly encourage you to get it if you haven't read it. And again, her whole body was shutting down and all of that. And she had a near-death experience, came back from that, and there was basically no cancer's gone. And she's been, this book was written, goodness. Oh, okay. So she was diagnosed, her near-death experience was 2006. Well, she's still going strong, and she's still helping people with healing, and I love that about her. And so I highly encourage you to check out her stuff. And I do, again, I'll put the links in my video. Maybe someday I could have her on my channel. That would be fantastic. That would be a dream come true. I'm really, really wanting to meet her, and she has a retreat actually coming up. Maybe I will go check that out. So let me find this really quick. One of the things that I love that she said here is that before all this stuff happened, and I can relate to this a lot, is that I used to pursue feeling as though I had to do, get, and achieve. However, the very act of going after something stems from fear. We're afraid of not having what we truly want. It keeps us stuck in a duality because the focus is on the inherent separation between the hunter and the quarry. Now, however, I no longer chase anything. Instead, I allow. Absolutely love it. And then the more effort I have to put into trying to attain it, the more I know that I am doing something wrong. Allowing, on the other hand, doesn't require effort. It feels more like a release because it means realizing that since everything is one, that which I intend to get is already mine. I just like, it brings me to tears because I think before my diagnosis, I was similar to that, where I was like, oh my God, I got to achieve these things, and I got to do these things. And I was on YouTube before doing, more like psychotherapy videos, However, I was more in a pursuit of something. And now I want to release my expression and I want to help other people, and we'll see what happens, right? It's not like it's more of an allowing and an unfolding that I feel like is such a much better place to be in. I feel like I have more peace and more harmony within myself. And you'll hear me talk a lot about not being in peace and harmony and how that contributes to disease. And I do want to read something else about this, what was going on in her body. And it's just so amazing. And I'm going to find it here really quick. So I want to read a little bit about her miracle because it's absolutely amazing. It gave me so much hope with what was going on with me, because it was like, I don't have that, and like, if she could heal this, then I certainly could, right? So, and you certainly can. So I absolutely love reading this kind of thing. It helps me so much, and I hope it will help you too. So anyway, let me read this real quick, or I was just going to paraphrase here. So the doctors were looking at her body, and like, there's just so many things that are not explained. One of them was that her organs had already shut down by the time she entered the hospital. And then something started having them function again right after her, right after she came back out of her near-death experience. So, and it was like, they had written on there saying the patient's family's been informed that basically she's dying. And then the records confirmed that she had tumors the size of lemons throughout her body, from the base of her skull all around her neck, armpits, and chest, and all the way down to her abdomen. Several days later, there was at least 70% reduction in size. They're curious as to how it was possible for billions of cancer cells to leave her body so quickly when her organs were failing. She had open skin lesions. It said that she needed reconstructive surgery because her body wasn't holding in the necessary nutrients. Her muscles were wasted. So it said that they actually, when she came out of came back to life, her wounds completely healed themselves. So what flipped the switch to turn the body around from dying to healing? And basically she says, it's like, for her, I know the answer. It's not something that can be found in medicine. Anyway, love it. Love this book so much. I'm gonna go get it autographed by her at some point in my life, and I'm excited about this book. So again, I will include the link. I don't get anything out of this. All I get out of it is like, it's just like my way of saying thank you to her for helping me so much, just giving me so much hope in my own journey. And so I hope this helps you a lot, because it did me. So highly encourage it.